Ukrainian military said Russia Tuesday fired 7 missiles at targets in the Black Sea port of Odessa, hitting a shopping center and a warehouse, killing at least 1 person and wounding 5 others. Reporter Anna Chernikova is on the ground in Ukraine and described the attacks to VOA.
There were 7 missiles reported on Odessa and the region. Unfortunately, really a lot of damages, and unfortunately all this continues today as well. So what we know so far is that there were at least 3 missiles called Caliber, which are supersonic and basically very expensive to use. So what we can see that Russian forces, they use very expensive and new stuff in a mix together with the stuff which is super old and Soviet times. So basically all this creates, this certain terror over the civilians, because this old stuff, they just fire them and they reach different spots, civilian spots.
Odessa Mayor Gennady Trukhanov visited the warehouse struck in the missile attack and said it was clearly a civilian target, having nothing to do with military infrastructure or military objectives. The UN Refugee Agency and the International Organization for Migration said Tuesday that nearly 14 million people have been forced to leave their homes in Ukraine over the last 2 months. The Refugee Agency said more than 8 million people have been internally displaced across the country by the end of April, and nearly 6 million people have left the country altogether. The United States and its allies Tuesday accused Russia of carrying out cyber attacks against Ukraine before and during its invasion. In a statement Tuesday, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said in the months leading up to and after Russia's invasion began, Ukraine experienced a series of disruptive cyber operations, including website defacements, distributed denial of service attacks, and cyber attacks to delete data from computers belonging to the government and private entities. Blinken said the attacks were allegedly focused on satellite communications to disrupt Ukraine's command and control ability and began as early as January. Blinken also said the attacks had spillover impacts in other European countries. He said the U.S. and its allies were taking steps to defend against Russia's irresponsible actions, including providing government offices, essential service providers, and critical infrastructure operators with satellite phones and data terminals. The head of the World Health Organization Tuesday called on Pfizer to make its COVID-19 oral treatment more widely available in poorer countries, saying the pharmaceutical company's deal allowing generic producers to make the drug was insufficient. Speaking to reporters at a briefing from agency headquarters in Geneva, WHO Director General Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus said Pfizer's pill, known as Paxlovid, needs to be more widely available.
There needs to be increased geographical scope on the licensing of Pfizer signed with the medicines patent pool. Too many countries, including most of Latin America, cannot access the drug at the moment.
Tedros said the pill is also still too expensive. The U.S. paid about $500 for each course of Pfizer's treatment, which consists of 3 pills taken twice a day for 5 days. Paxlovid has been shown to cut the risk of COVID-19 hospitalization or death by up to 90%, and as a pill, can be taken at home without a medical professional present. Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador said Tuesday he will not attend the Summit of Americas next month in Los Angeles if the Biden administration excludes Cuba, Nicaragua, and Venezuela. Speaking at his daily news conference, fresh off a visit to Cuba, López Obrador said that if the 3 nations are excluded, he will send his Foreign Affairs Secretary, Marcelo Ebrard, to represent the government, but he will not attend. The Mexican president has been saying for weeks that no one should be excluded from the summit. Last month, U.S. Assistant Secretary of State for Western Hemisphere Affairs, Brian Nichols, said it was unlikely that 3 countries would be invited. Repeating the hour's top story, the Ukrainian military said Russia Tuesday fired 7 missiles at targets in the Black Sea port of Odessa, hitting a shopping center and a warehouse.
Hi, thank you for watching. I hope the videos are useful for you. Please subscribe to my channel using the button below.